Before Path of Fire was released, every loot bag and enemy drop would give us equipment, and this would easily make inventory bags extremely cluttered. When Path of Fire was released, ArenaNet introduced unidentified gear to make inventory management a bit easier. These items come in 3 rarities: Common, Masterwork, and Rare. Before we get into the details, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button as it would help a lot, and if you are not subscribed and you play Guild Wars 2, what are you doing, man? Unidentified gear can be salvaged, sold, or opened. Opening them is not affected by magic find or your character's level, and you will always get the same level 80 loot table regardless. Every unidentified gear rarity will give you an item with the same rarity with a slight chance to get a higher rarity. For example, Masterwork unidentified gear will give you Masterwork loot, with a slight chance to get rare and exotic. Rare unidentified gear will give you rare loot, with a slight chance to get exotic. Now when it comes to getting unidentified gear, you can do so in literally every way you play the game. Event chests will give you unidentified gear, so will killing enemies. You can also get them by opening loot boxes. Personally, I believe that the fastest way to get them would be through the Silver Wastes Reba and Chest Farm. If you know, you know. If not, just check Silver Wastes in Group Finder and look for people doing Reba and CF. I'll be doing a guide on this one soon. Now the ultimate question here would be, should you salvage, sell, or open? Well, the short answer would be to sell blue if you are too lazy and always open greens and yellows. The long answer would be to open all unidentified gear, then salvage all the loot you get from them, and sell the result on the trading post. This would potentially give you more gold rather than salvaging straight up or even selling them. This idea is also backed by the fact that you can get higher tier rarity from lower unidentified gear. You can also, within an extremely low chance obviously, get a precursor, which is an exotic item used to craft a Generation 1 legendary weapon. Now let's say you got an exotic item from opening an unidentified gear, then the best course of action would be to check the price of the item in the trading post. This is because salvaging an exotic can give you between 1 and 3 globes of ectoplasm, and a sigil or rune based on which item you salvaged and which salvage kit you used. Equate the final price you would get by selling 2 globes of ectoplasm, if hypothetically you get 2, and the sigil/rune you would get, and then decide on whether you would want to sell or salvage the exotic piece. Again, short answer would be to use copper-fed salvage-o-matic, purchased with gems, or basic salvage kit on blue and green unidentified gear, and silver-fed salvage-o-matic, also purchased with gems, on yellow unidentified gear. The long answer would be to use copper-fed or basic salvage kits on blues, rune crafters salvage-o-matic on greens, and if you don't have one, just use the copper-fed, that's fine, and silver-fed, mystic salvage kit or any yellow salvage kit on yellow unidentified gear. Just as a disclaimer, don't ever use black line salvage kits on unidentified gear, and only use them on exotic items that you get, but don't buy the black line salvage kit if you already don't have it. If you don't have one, that's fine, just use the yellow salvage kit or sell the exotic if it equates to more gold. If you keep your unidentified gear in normal inventory bags, then you will automatically salvage them if you accidentally pressed on salvage all masterwork from your salvage kit. For this reason, you have an expensive option where you can place the 3 rarities in shared inventory slots, which is 800 gems per slot, and this is quite expensive. The other option would be to buy an invisible inventory bag, and anything you place there will not be salvaged unless you take it outside the bag. If you are a hoarder, either place all 250 stacks in your bank or on other alts. You can also even go the extra mile and create a guild for yourself just for using its stash. Here's a quick sheet to show how much gold I got from opening, salvaging, and directly selling 250 stacks of each rarity. So if you look here, you can see that piece of rare identified gear, for selling I made 50 gold, 95 silver. Salvaging I made 45 gold, 98 silver, based on these values. Opening I made 63 gold and 2 silver. Now the cost of salvage is 1.5 gold for the rare, 7 silver, 50 copper for the masterwork and for the common. Now when it comes to masterwork, I made 5.85 gold when I sold it. When I sold all the stack, I made 3.375 when I salvaged the stack, and I actually made less when I opened the stack. Sometimes it can go up and down, but you are most likely gonna make a profit. When it comes to the blue unidentified gear, I made 2.4 gold when I sold it directly, I made 1.6 gold when I salvaged it directly, and then I made 2.5 when I opened and then salvaged all the items that I got off of it. So as you can see guys, most of the time it will be a profit when you open rather than sell directly or salvage directly. So there you have it. This is a quick guide on whether you should actually sell, salvage, or open your unidentified gear. If you guys have any feedback, please leave them down in the comments. I read every single one of them. Anyways, I'll be leaving now. Peace.